Hey guys, Jared here with Self-Taught Shooter. We're at the range again doing our weekly visit. It is Wednesday afternoon instead of our usual Sunday mornings that we usually try to come out for. So a little different in our routine this week, but I still wanted to make sure I got out and got my reps in. So I've been practicing some dry firing at home, watching a lot of videos on grip and specifically how to grip the Beretta 92. And working on how I can better hold it and control it and just hopefully improve my accuracy and consistency. So we're going to get that going. I've already done all the setup. We're skipping some of that for the video today so we can just get right to it. So without further ado, we're going to focus on our shooting and grip and see if we can improve our accuracy. Let's get to it. All right. So I've been watching some videos mostly with what I need to do with my offhand in terms of finger placement, thumb placement, palm placement. It's actually going to be a lot easier without gloves to show you guys. So strong hand is pretty simple, nothing crazy to it, right? Your typical whatever feels correct approach there. But my right hand, I've been going too high with it. I've been putting this finger up above, didn't know where to put it, and that's been leading to some issues. So I'm starting to drop it down a little bit, pinky hanging off the bottom, that's okay. And then what we're doing is bringing this thumb up higher, and we're able to ride my strong hand thumb on top of that. So a little bit more well seated, keeping more of my palm on the hand grip. And hopefully we're going to see a little more stability and improvement. Our first shots are usually pretty accurate. It's the follow-ups afterwards that seem to have an issue. So we're going to try to work on that and yeah, see if we can improve. Let's give it a go. We're going to do this without gloves. It is pretty cold. I'm wearing snow pants today, but you know what? We're just going to deal with it and hope for some good results. Okay, so good foot placement, good seated hands, finger on the trigger correctly, and let's give it a go. Okay, well, I saw some materials move there. I'm actually not sure where we hit. Might have just put a hole in the cardboard. So let's try that again. Okay, I see we're hitting high. Still high, a little to the right. Okay, a little more vertically in line, but our horizontal is still going to the right, so. There we go. Okay, well, we put a couple on the red, several up high, consistently high, though in the same area, but I'm not sure if that was just a different grip, it's giving me a different feeling. Let's try it again. Okay, feels pretty good. Still new to this grip function here. Let's see if it pays off. There we go, in the red. Okay, hands are getting a little shaky. All right. Not bad. consistency, we're dialing it in from the verticals. We're getting a little lower, staying closer to the red. Still a couple to the left, but let's see what we can do if we're aiming a little bit more up at the head here. Here we go. Okay. Don't see it. Okay, little flinch. I feel like I'm going backwards in accuracy. All right, let's go take a look at that. Okay. I think part of it is I just couldn't see with the shadows here. So we were hitting a lot up above, some to the left again. And you come up to the head. I feel like one of my first shots was here, but then I was just all over the place. Not very impressed with that. Let's see if we can change it up for our second set. All right, so I brought it over here. I think it's a little easier to see, a little more contrast. So first grouping, I definitely felt like I was hitting high. I started bringing it in, I felt, and then I started dragging to the left again. So I really got to like kind of work on, I think I started like pulling the trigger maybe to the left a bit, but it was an entirely new hand grip. So up above, I really felt like I was kind of all over the place. So again, we're at 10 yards. I just felt like maybe I'm just not familiar with the way I'm gripping it, and I'm kind of forgetting some of my fundamentals here, which might be contributing to why my accuracy is dwindling. But I gotta figure out how I can improve that, because again, we want consistent results and we want confidence. So chamber's empty. Let's give, just so you can kind of see what we're talking about here. So my last time I was here, my grip was very much like this. I had this other finger up high. These three fingers were wrapped around my lower fingers as if I was trying to do double fingers on the trigger, right? It makes no sense. But so finger on the trigger, this hand, this finger was up high. I felt like I had a much higher grip on the left side that way. Yes, my thumb was riding against my slide, but it's a Beretta. This serration here is not enough to start tearing up your skin. This time, we brought our fingers down a little bit lower, and we're not doing it with gloves, which we have been for the last several weeks just because it's been so cold. It's still like 25 today, but whatever, it's a little more mild, right? So with this last time, we just tried gripping it here. You got your three fingers. What I did was I brought these three upper fingers here, wrapped them around my other hand, and then my pinky was off the bottom because there's just no more room for it. This thumb, my left thumb, I'm resting here on the slide release, not pushing up, not pushing down, just over the top of it. And then I've got this thumb sort of seated right here in this little spot for it on top of my other hand. Now, I do feel like I'm pushing more of my palm into the grip than I ever was before. But when I tried aiming like this, for whatever reason, I must have just been letting it go high. And I don't know if it was like when I was pulling the trigger, I was pulling down on the back. But yeah, my gun was definitely rising because you saw my first several shots were all high. Took a little bit to bring it down into the red zone. So yeah, we got to work and experiment a little bit more with these fundamentals and figure out what exactly we're doing wrong. I felt okay, but definitely not as good as I want to be. So it looks like we had one off the black to the left, and then when we went to the head, we were off the target a couple times. So we got some work to do. Let's reset and do it again. Yeah, empty chamber here. So we're gonna work on our grip a bit. We're wearing gloves this time just because it is getting a little colder. My hands start to get a little trembly. Let's see if we can help mitigate that. So, can really focus on this grip and see what we can do to improve it. Whoops, I don't know how that one got here. Don't need to be shooting no hollow points today. So let's go very slow and intentional, all right? So I'm gonna go step back over here. Hopefully the shockwave doesn't really affect my range camera, because that seems to be the issue. Every time I target it, camera here shakes with every shot. So hopefully we can eliminate some of that by coming a little further over. And also so you guys still have a good view of me. Good grip with my right hand, safety's off. Right hand or left hand supporting hand, seated well. Fix my grip or my stance here a little bit. Breathing. All right, where did we put that? Looks like we're at about the 11 o'clock, inch out, just in the second black circle, or at least touching the line. Let's see what we can do. Okay, we're in the red, top of the red, almost 12 o'clock there, kind of near the outer edge. See if we can improve. All right, right on the X. That's pretty decent. Where's that one? Looks like 11 o'clock, almost 10 o'clock, a little lower, just outside the red. That felt like I dragged it to the left. It looks like we are vertically aligned at the 9 o'clock, touching the line between the next two outer spaces here. Okay, just above, or just below the X. Okay, again to the left, about... Oh, maybe I'm calling it wrong, but it looks like I'm somewhere out there between the 9 and 10 o'clock. Second ring. You know what? Actually, that one looks like it might have gone heavy right side of the body. A little hard to see today. I'm not sure. I don't see any light coming through the back, so I'm not getting a very good contrast. It's hard to see it when it's in the black. Whew, where's that? Oh, man. 7 o'clock position, edge of the second, third black area. Okay, right side of the red, but we're in the red. Let's see what we can do here. Fix up our grip a little bit. Again, got our hands wrapped around. Pinky's cupping down below. Yeah, I do feel like we just keep swaying to the left. What's up with that? That was low to the right. Okay, just out of the circle, about the 2 to 3 o'clock position. Well, 2 o'clock. There we go, in the red. Might have been a second one in the red. Okay. And that's it for this. Let's go take a quick look at it. You know, I'm not feeling very great about my grip. I almost feel like I'm starting over again. We were doing pretty good last week. The results were pretty good. So let's look at this and you can tell me what you think. All right, so had like 4, maybe 5 here in the red. Well, 6, maybe 5 or 6 here. But we kept hitting left a little bit. We had one down here. We had one over here. The good news is I called it when I had both of these terrible shots, and I was able to sort of reset myself and bring it back to the center. So, you know, I'm not super stoked about it, but I do feel like we're being a lot more intentional. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So, yeah, that's all they're accounted for. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the red. 1/3 of our accuracy is at least in the red. Then you got almost another third of it in the first ring or close to it. So not terrible, but not great either. So we definitely got some work to do here. And I think most of it comes down to just being disciplined and acknowledging when I'm doing something wrong and having the willpower to slow down, reset myself, and try it again. So let's go again for the red. Body shots again. Body shots, I don't know if that's the right term for that, but for the red zone there in the center of the body, and then we'll move on to the head after that. So here we go. Actually, you know what? I rarely do this, but let's actually just reset the target. Let's put a whole new paper on and just do a whole nother bag in that body with a clean target. So let me reset that real quick. New target onto our second to last magazine here. So again, let's just work on our grip and start fresh here. See if we can keep reining it in. So I feel like my right hand's a little loose. Let's see if that can be improved. Hammer cocked. Grip feels pretty good. Pretty stable. Let's give it a shot. All right, 11 o'clock, edge of the red. Okay, that one we dragged all the way off to the left. Not proud of that. So let's try to reassess. We definitely didn't wait long enough, and my hands are still swaying. Again, I felt like I was swaying around and somehow I pulled up high to the left. Okay, that felt more steady. We were just off to the left. Okay, just below it. Again, below. Below again. That was to the left. Left again, low. Okay, I anticipated that one and pulled it more to the left. Still left. There we go, lower left of the red. Still low left. Okay, that was low. Centered, but low. Okay. So, that one I would say was worse. I tried resetting my hands between shots, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing here. Definitely think I'm going to need to invest in some classes with a certified instructor who's a lot smarter than me, because I'm trying my best here. I'm watching a lot of YouTube videos, doing some dry firing at home, trying to prep for this. And yeah, I feel like this new grip has actually reset me. So maybe it's just going to take some time to get used to. Maybe it's something like that. We'll keep going and see what we can do, but I do feel like I may end up needing to take some classes. Okay, let's go for the head let's go for the head zone. Okay, that was a little high to the right. Oh, I think same spot there. Okay, that might have been, yeah, that looks like it was straight out to the left. Okay, that was a direct hit. I think maybe I forgot about trigger discipline. That was a little high to the right, but I think I had forgotten a little bit of my trigger discipline on these shots here, which might have been accounting for some of the sways. I was really just squeezing the trigger a little too hard. Looks like it was up to the right again. Woo, I started getting a little shaky on that one. I think I still put up to the right. I'm getting a little more consistent though. Okay, centered but above. Can't tell. I might have a second one in the red. Okay. Getting hard to tell. I see a couple to the right. I see one straight above. I see a couple, maybe one to the left. But I can't tell if I'm putting more. Looks like it might be right on the edge of the red, upper right of it. That might have been upper right again. Let's try. Okay, that was just below, straight down 6 o'clock. Check our grip. Nice good squeeze. Okay, I think I was up above again. All right, that's it. Guns unloaded. Let's go take a look at that. Whew, all right. Well, I felt a lot better at the end there. My second magazine was definitely not super clean, but let's take a look at that real quick. Okay, so everything was hitting low to the left. I think most of that is to my trigger because I forgot I wasn't being very smooth with the way I was pulling the trigger. I was focused on my grip and then like, okay, I'll squeeze, okay, I'll squeeze, okay, I'll squeeze every time I felt like my grip was good. But what I should have done was held my grip solid and then lightly pull on that trigger nice and slow and smooth till I hit the wall, then back off, hit the wall, and then just do it enough to trigger it and then go right back to a reset position. But I wasn't doing that, and I think you can say that's why we have so many to the left here. The headshots is going to be interesting. I'm really excited to show you guys this, so take a look. So our headshots, we didn't have a single shot outside the head. That's crazy to me. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, maybe a 15th somewhere here on the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's got to be a third one in there. But as you can see, this is probably the best grouping I've ever had in the head zone. For some reason, I can have tight groupings down here, but then when I get up to the head zone, I just start going all off the paper. I think here it's because there's more reference points with all the markings. It helps me a little bit more with my vision. But here you can see, I mean, this one I felt very, very good with. That one too. And I started thinking maybe I was hitting more here. I think I was putting a lot more still up here. I might have been kicking the gun out with the palm of my hand a little bit more, which was pulling it up to the right. Or maybe I was hooking to the right with my finger on the trigger. But regardless, we're getting a little bit more accuracy here. We're at 10 yards. So 10 yards from our standing point here. Not terrible. Like I said, the headshots were pretty good. That was my last magazine, so I do feel like I'm finishing strong today. This was crap. The last target we had shot right before this was also kind of garbage. I took that one down after the first mag. Wanted to start clean so I could maybe, you know, swipe my slate clean and give it a fresh go with a new set of eyes to look at it. So I do think that actually helped. Not so much with the body, but when I got to the head, I do feel like my grip was reset well and my finger trigger pulls were a little bit better. It was a little more improved. So there's a lot of elements to shooting, especially when it comes to the handguns. I haven't even really touched rifles, but when it comes to the handguns, there's a lot of elements to keep in mind while you're shooting. And it's probably just because I have a lack of experience in it. A lot of this stuff will become muscle memory, but to do that, you have to be doing it a lot for it to become muscle memory. So we're still in our early stages. We're still figuring it out. But I think I've started to discover where my hands need to be, where my fingers need to be. Now I need to start putting it all together with the appropriate amount of pressure on each finger, on the palm of my hands, as well as my trigger pulls. If I can improve all of those and keep them consistent, you start to see where we're getting the accuracy we want. So that's all I got for you guys today. We'll be back in a few days on this weekend, Sunday. I think it's probably going to be the last of my ammo that I currently have. I've been bulk buying at about 1,000 rounds at a time. So I'm going to have to order some more ammo here to keep it going for the season. So we're going to keep working on some of these fundamentals. I don't feel like I'm quite there yet to be doing drills, but I think we're probably less than a month out before we start practicing some drills, or at least dry fire practicing. But I don't want to distract myself with these fun, exciting new things until I feel like I've really got this stuff nailed down. So I think you can say that this is pretty accurate. This one, not so much. But if I was more consistent like this on, you know, most of my magazines that I go through, most of my reps were as consistent as that, I think we'd be able to say that I'm fairly ready for drill time. But I want to make sure that I got some of these fundamentals down before we move forward. So again, that's all I got for you guys today. Take care.